a massive OG Anunoby contract update, as there could be a historic deal taking place for the New York Knicks star defender, and we have to talk about this. So what's up, guys? Welcome back to Knicks Digest. It's Chris here, and we're going to jump right into the video as we always do, because according to none other than Fred Katz, the New York Knicks are expected to offer OG Anunoby a 4-year deal between $140 and $160 million in total, making him the highest paid Knick on the roster, and in the same time, that would be the highest contract in New York Knicks history. And man, oh man, I think they should just go ahead and do it. Now, look, I've said a lot that I think the New York Knicks should really try to aim to lowball Anunoby a tiny bit, just because he's been injured a lot. They might be able to get away with it. But with teams like the Philadelphia 76ers probably considering offering OG Anunoby money, if nothing else, just to force the Knicks' hand to make them offer more money, I understand that it's a lofty goal, what I have. This is not NBA 2K. You sometimes got to pay guys who maybe you're not stars some star money, but that's also the direction the NBA is going in, and in a few years, this contract won't seem as crazy. But $160 million over 4 years for OG Anunoby, for all my people who passed math out there, unlike me, I failed it 5 different times in school, that is $40 million per year. Oh yeah, I can do 8th grade math. But look, here's the deal with all this. OG Anunoby is a tremendous player. He's a tremendous defender. He's arguably the best on-ball defender in the NBA. If you ask me, I would have said Jaden McDaniels until I get it's Luka, but until Luka Doncic just danced on his grave. So now I'm going to say it's Herb Jones with OG and Jaden tied at 2. But OG being a top 2, top 3 on-ball defender in the NBA, arguably, I think there's a good chance he's actually like a top 5 just defender in general in the NBA. When you consider that his offense is still blossoming, I'm fine with this contract. I understand why some people might not be, but I am. Maybe I'm just sipping the Kool-Aid. Maybe it's just right here. That's just water. I don't drink Kool-Aid. It's disgusting and sugary. But I honestly do think that when you consider all your options, you got to pay OG Anunoby. There's just no way around it. Now, an Eastern Conference general manager spoke to Heavy Sports and said that he believes OG Anunoby will try to break the bank in New York, and basically posed the question, why not? They can't afford to lose him. Not a max deal or anything, but I think from his side, it's going to look more like $40 million per year, which is something like 4 years and $160 million. Now, that GM is right. Why not? Why would OG not try to get that money? Imagine, he holds a lot of cards here. When you look at the New York Knicks, imagine if they just lost OG. They trade IQ and RJ Barrett and then have OG for, 5 months and lose him? That would look atrocious for the Knicks. They're not going to do that. They are going to pay OG whatever the hell OG wants to get paid. Now, that'll come with some tidbits and some little incentives maybe to get up to that money, because there is the one fear. OG Anunoby, I don't want to call him injury prone, but he's not injury prone. He's somewhere in that middle ground. The man gets injured a lot. Let's face it. If he didn't hurt his hamstring, then the Knicks would be in the conference finals right now, unlike the snooze fest that is the Indiana Pacers. I won't lie. The last few days I was at the Jersey Shore. I wasn't really watching too much of the NBA playoffs, but I saw some of that Celtics-Pacers disaster in a bar, and that was the Pacers just suck. They just suck. This little sidebar real quick, guys. Celtics, Knicks, 76ers, Cavs, Magic, Heat, all better than the Indiana Pacers. Milwaukee Bucks, better than the Indiana Pacers. I think there's 6 or 7 teams that are better than the Pacers. And am I salty that the Knicks lost to them? Yeah, that's really it. But when Ian Begley was also asked about OG's extension in an SNY mailbag article, he mentions that he doesn't think the Knicks need to fully guarantee Anunoby's deal, and if he had to guess, they'd put some injury protections in the contract. But OG will have other suitors that, can kind of counteract that. And he did note that Philadelphia could pursue Anunoby, and if the Sixers offer him a certain amount without injury protections, the Knicks are just going to have to fold on that little incentive right there. Now, something to be very aware of is OG Anunoby's agent is none other than Sam Rose, and Sam Rose's dad is Leon Rose, who runs the New York Knicks. Now, there's just no way in hell that they're not tampering. I just don't see that as a possibility. I talked about this a few days ago. It's just impossible that they're not tampering. I don't see a world where that happens. Now, Anunoby, I don't think is going to leave the Knicks. I just don't. I think other teams will offer him money. I think he'll decline. Or not decline. I think he'll be like, cool. Sounds good. I mean, why not? Like, if you're a free agent, take the whining and dining a little bit. Go out. Get a nice meal paid for by an NBA team you're never going to play for. Why not? I would. Scare the Knicks. Make them pay you more money. If you're OG Anunoby, he's doing everything right here. Sam Rose is good at his job. CAA knows what they're doing. However, the former head of the basketball division at CAA, considering what he did and who he represented, is now running the New York Knicks, and he's the greatest executive the New York Knicks have had in my lifetime, that's for sure, in these 22 years of living that I've had, almost 23 now. I just really think that Leon is that good. And I think we're going to see some sort of a bargain deal the way we did when Randall re-signed with the Knicks. And speaking of Randall, him and Brunson are going to be due for extension soon. They're probably going to sit down with OG and with Brunson, and probably with Randall also. All three are CAA clients, Brunson and OG, repped by Sam Rose, and be like, look, we can't go into this second apron. We got to work something out. And I think that is going to happen to some degree. I don't think it's going to be some massive financial shift. Like, it's not like OG's like, oh, yeah, sure, I'll just take $40 million, no problem. Like, that's not going to happen. But what I'm saying is, all in all, there will be a little bit of a shift. The thing about Randall and OG and Brunson is that very clearly, more than anything else, that the team's big three wants to win. Now, when you think about Josh Hart and Dante DiVincenzo and Deuce McBride and Isaiah Hartenstein and Mitchell Robinson, you see the same thing. A group of guys who just want to win so badly. Now, when you think about that, we could see why this Knicks team isn't signing the biggest contracts in the league, because they have a group of guys who are willing to sacrifice a little bit of money that when they all start sacrificing it, it turns into a lot of money. The Knicks have been great at what they do, and Brock Aller is a cap wizard. That all being said, if OG gets a different contract offer, the Knicks are going to have to pay. You can't lose a guy you traded RJ and IQ for. You can't do that, and the Knicks won't do that. Especially because OG's been good for them. I mean, on his year with the Knicks, he put up 14.5 points per game, pulling down 4.5 rebounds, shot almost 50% from three and 39% from, or almost 50% from the field and 39% from three. OG has been excellent. He's one of the best defenders in the league. He's shown a lot of great moments, and as I said earlier, if he were still here, then the New York Knicks would not be down 3-0 to the Boston Celtics right now, because the Celtics also are overrated as hell. Healthy Knicks team this year wins the finals. I'm just going to say it. I thought about making a YouTube video about that, but we don't need 8 minutes on me repeating that. So, guys, I want to know your thoughts. Is OG re-signing with the Knicks? All right, yes. But how much is OG re-signing for? Give me your contract. Give me your breakdown. Give me your incentives. Give me your injury protections. Get real sports agent-y like in the comments. We could do some fun little games. You could be the agent. I'll be the GM. I'll respond. I'll counter. We'll have a blast in it. And also, massive announcement, live stream Thursday. First live stream ever. We're going to hop on air. Going to get some interaction going. Going to crack some jokes, have a good time, probably stay on there for like an hour, hour and a half. Just we're going to hang out. It's not going to be as much of me rambling on these videos as much as it's going to be us just chatting and having fun and talking basketball and cracking jokes. It's going to be lighthearted. It's going to be a great time. We're going to get to know each other. It's just going to be a blast, and you don't want to miss out. So make sure you subscribe to Knicks Digest so you don't miss that at all. And guys, thank you for tuning in. Like this video, subscribe. Turn on post notifications. You know all that stuff because every YouTuber on the planet says it. But guys, have a great day and go Knicks.